You're watching St. Lucia's only 100% digital television station, Hot 7 TV. St. Lucia, Hot 7 TV was the first to bring you a full HD newscast. Now, here's another first. The Hot 7 Nightly News is now your first newscast for the evening in St. Lucia. You heard right. The Hot 7 Nightly News is now at 7:15. Yes, tune in at 6:45 p.m. and be the first to catch the latest happenings in your world. On the run, watch us on your cell phone or tablet via the Caribbean Hot FM app. Trusted, objective journalism from our diligent news team. Get it fresh. Get it hot. The Hot 7 Nightly News. Now at 7:15. Watch us on channel 117 on Flow, channel 7 Plug and Play, or follow us on Facebook Live on Caribbean Hot 7 TV.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
New emergency center planned for former Victoria Hospital site. PM calls for greater responsibility on St. Lucia's roads, and St. Lucia and US agree on procedures for possible migrant transfers.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Good evening. It is Wednesday, August 12, 2026. I am Daniela Edwin. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We are on Flow Channel 117, Kiss FM, the Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, the Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page, and our YouTube channel, Caribbean Hot 7 TV. Not forgetting those of you using the Hot 7 plug and play antenna. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin tonight with healthcare. Prime Minister Philip JPS says tenders for a new emergency center at the former Victoria Hospital site are expected to be issued in September, adding to emergency services already available at the OKEU Hospital. The project is part of government's plans to expand healthcare services despite criticism from some quarters.
Prime Minister Philip JPS says tenders for a new emergency center are expected to be issued in September 2026 as government moves to add another facility to the emergency services already available at the Owen King EU Hospital. Speaking in the Honorable House of Assembly on Tuesday, August 11th, the Prime Minister said that the Dr. Winston C.V. Paris Medical Complex, formerly known as the Victoria Hospital, will be converted to accommodate an additional emergency center. The facility is expected to complement existing services at OKEU and provide another location for patients requiring urgent medical attention.
By next month, tenders are going to be out for the construction of an emergency center to complement what's at the OKU, Mr. Speaker, at the Dr. Winston C.V. Paris Medical Complex, Mr. Speaker. Work is going to start there, Mr. Speaker, if not in September, surely in October, Mr. Speaker. The old Victoria Hospital will be converted into another emergency center for emergency treatment, Mr. Speaker.
Pierre said that the project is part of a continued work to improve healthcare services across St. Lucia.
The people who believe that they can say to people that there's nothing happening in health, Mr. Speaker, tell them that as we speak, dialysis is happening at the St. Jude Hospital, Mr. Speaker, as we speak.
He also pushed back against negative reactions to the development, criticizing those he believes are opposed to progress in the health sector.
These people are so hateful of progress and so hateful of St. Lucia, you know they're wishing that the hospital burn again? Mr. Speaker, this is sad. And even, Mr. Speaker, you know, this is a very sad situation. For a government that tried to build a hospital and failed. Another government is building a hospital, Mr. Speaker. You are hoping and praying that a fire catches there.
With tenders expected to go out next month, the focus will now shift to getting work done at the former hospital site. For 7 TV News, Josiah Bisset reporting.
The Prime Minister is also weighing in on road safety. He says government can do its part, but responsibility starts behind the wheel. While authorities continue adding measures such as barriers and highway bollards, Pierre says these efforts will have limited impact if road users do not change unsafe behavior.
Minister Philippe J. Pierre says improving road safety cannot be left to government alone, as motorists must also take greater responsibility for their actions behind the wheel.
First of all, there's personal responsibility. And that is what we seem to be missing all the time. Personal responsibility.
He pointed to instances where road safety measures introduced by authorities have been damaged or destroyed, making it harder to protect road users. Pierre says while government will continue investing in practical measures, including barriers and new bollards along the highway, these efforts can only do so much without responsible behavior from motorists.
Have you noticed the amount of barriers that have been mashed up? People driving them, you know, they mash it up, they're driving them. I mean, you got to be realistic. We say things that sound, well, I'm not saying you. When it comes to attacking governments, we find it very easy to attack governments. Put barriers, put light with it. Have you seen the number of barriers? Go to Sanssouci, just by the SAB. There's a barrier there, you see where it is? A vehicle had gone there, you know. Drive in on the Calvary. The barriers there, you know. The fellas enter them.
Pierre also acknowledges the need for more soft measures, including the addition of more barriers along the roadways. He stated that the government has already begun implementing such measures and will continue to add improvements to road intervention. Among these measures is the addition of new bollards along the highway to protect road users.
So I agree there's need for more barriers. If you notice, the Minister of Infrastructure started remarking of the Grocery Highway. You notice that? Right. All the new roads that we've built, they've been marked. The Chaussee Road was marked. The new roads have been marked. But we need to have more barriers, but we also need to deal with personal responsibility. But we're going to be embarking on, if you notice, the bollards on the highway have been replaced. Right? These things are soft measures that have been taken. But the main measure is personal responsibility of the drivers who use our roads. But we are going to be increasing our soft measures, road marking, barriers, etc.
The Prime Minister reiterates the need for greater responsibility and adds that measures introduced by authorities can only go so far if motorists and other road users do not take personal responsibility for their behavior on the roads. For Hot 7 TV News, I am Ethne Brown reporting.
Turning now to foreign affairs, St. Lucia and the United States have reached agreement on the operating procedures for a deal that could see certain third country nationals transferred from the U.S. to St. Lucia. But Foreign Affairs Minister Alpha Baptist says the arrangement is not an automatic transfer program, and the government is still awaiting Washington's response to a package outlining St. Lucia's financial requirements.
During Tuesday's sitting of Parliament, Foreign Affairs Minister Alpha Baptist said St. Lucia and the United States had agreed on operating procedures for a Memorandum of Understanding MOU concerning the possible transfer of certain third country nationals from the United States to St. Lucia. Baptist said the agreement followed discussions in 2025 when the United States approached St. Lucia and other Eastern Caribbean countries about cooperation on immigration matters. He clarified that the agreement was non-binding and that any proposed transfer would remain entirely at the discretion of both governments.
The MOU was signed in Washington by St. Lucia's ambassador to the United States. The purpose and scope of the MOU are to memorialize a non-binding understanding between the governments to facilitate the transfer of third country nationals from the United States to St. Lucia. The MOU further states at section 2.1, the government of the United States of America may, in its complete discretion, propose to the government of St. Lucia the transfer of such third country nationals. And the government of St. Lucia may, in its complete discretion, consider accepting such a proposal in whole or in part.
The MOU requires both governments to develop clear procedures for carrying out agreements. Under its terms, individuals transferred from the final or explicit removal orders and receive medical clearance from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. The agreement does not apply to unaccompanied minors under 18, St. Lucia citizens or nationals or individuals with criminal records known to U.S. authorities, except where those offenses involve violations of U.S. immigration laws.
The major consideration for St. Lucia in all this has been the extent to which the United States was committed to financially support the program it had requested of St. Lucia to undertake, taking into account St. Lucia's limited resources and circumstances, Mr. Speaker. Given the potential policy, financial, and institutional implications of such an arrangement, the government considered it necessary to undertake a comprehensive technical assessment to determine the resources, governance arrangements, and financial commitments that would be required to implement the program effectively.
No transfers had taken place as discussions entered the final stage, pending agreement on the financial terms. For Hot 7 TV News, Josiah Bisep reporting.
And now it's time for Hot 7 TV News Quiz Break.
What is dark oxygen?
Still ahead tonight, a push to get more St. Lucians growing their own food, and the sports minister explains why he's not pressuring Julian Alfred to compete in the Commonwealth Games. That and more right after this.
EasyDeck is a one-way spanning slab system that makes life easy for the contractor because it eliminates a lot of the needs for propping and formwork and the stuff required to keep the construction level and true. There is no deficiency as far as earthquake and wind as far as EasyDeck is concerned because EasyDeck is a slab system.
EasyDeck was easy and affordable, and it lived up to its name. When he gave me the cost for that EasyDeck, and I compared the cost and buying the material and installing it, I see the EasyDeck would be cheaper and easier for me.
Ready to sing it out? Every other Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Bring the energy to the ultimate blast karaoke night. Shower singer or stage legend. If you've got a voice, the mic is yours. And the vibes stay high. From old school classics to today's biggest hits. Step up, sing loud, sip on drink specials, enjoy tasty eats, and win big with Bingo! Blast Entertainment Center, corner of Chisel and Brazil Street. Upstairs, the new Starlight Building. So warm up those vocals, grab the mic. Blast Karaoke Night. Big notes, bigger wins. Get ready for another evening of spectacular performances at Blast Karaoke Night on Wednesday, 12th August 2026.
Now you can take Hot FM, Kiss FM, and Hot 7 TV with you wherever you go. Whether you're in St. Lucia or exploring our four corners of the globe. Our record-breaking app has already been downloaded over 500,000 times on Google Play and the Apple App Store. To bring you the best in HD sound, we've relaunched a brand new app. Get it for free in the App Store by simply searching Caribbean Hot FM HD. Listen to us in real time, anywhere, any place, anytime. We've added so many cool new features, like our live in-studio option, where you can see your favorite announcers and DJs at work. So download the app today. It's free. Spread the news. St. Lucia is now in HD around the world on the Hot FM app. Don't miss out. Join the fun and stay connected.
Dark oxygen is oxygen produced in pitch-black environments thousands of feet below the ocean surface, completely isolated from sunlight and photosynthesis. Researchers discovered it originated from polymetallic mineral nodules resting on the abyssal plain of the Pacific Ocean's Clarion-Clipperton zone. These metallic-rich lumps act like natural batteries, generating enough electrical voltage to split seawater molecules into hydrogen and oxygen through electrolysis.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Thanks for staying with us. The National Backyard Gardening and Hobby Farming Program is encouraging St. Lucians to grow more of their own food while exploring modern farming methods such as hydroponics and agro-processing. Minister of Agriculture Lisa Jawahir says the initiative can expand across the island, including urban areas like the CDC, as St. Lucia works to strengthen food security and local production.
The National Backyard Gardening and Hobby Farming Program is giving St. Lucians a chance to grow their own food while bringing agriculture into more homes across the island. Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre is urging people to pay closer attention to food safety and produce more of what they consume as St. Lucia works to strengthen its food supply.
Incentive reform and investment policy. Mr. Speaker, we will review the Fiscal Incentive Act with a view to reduce subjectivity in the granting of incentives, align incentives with national development goals, encouraging investment that generates tangible economic benefits. The new act will align with the mega investment bill. Both of these initiatives will operate separately but have the same objective of building a new, resilient and inclusive economy. Strengthening tourism linkages. Mr. Speaker, this year, the Love St. Lucia campaign will encourage hotels and citizens to love and consume more of what we produce. In other words, we will eat what we grow, we will grow what we eat, we will use what we produce, and consume locally produced products.
Agriculture and Food Security Minister Lisa Jawahir says farming is no longer limited to large plots of land and traditional methods. The program will also promote agro-processing, hydroponics, technology, science and innovation, making it easier for people in urban areas and those with limited space to get involved.
So we'll be launching our hobby farming program very soon. St. Lucians will be very excited that each and every one of us can be farmers in our own way. People have this idea that you must have a big plot of land so you can get into farming. And people are saying, I want to be a farmer, how many acres you have? And they don't even use 5,000 or 10,000 square feet of that. So we want to think beyond just being a farmer planting and growing. We want to think of agro-processing, agropreneurs, young people who may not have to get their nails dirty if they don't want to, but can go into hydroponics or aquaponics, innovation and technology, and the science to really make it easier for us considering the effects of climate change and what we have to deal with.
Jawahir says the initiative can take root anywhere in St. Lucia, with plans to see it spread into more towns and urban areas.
Which is also family farming, which is also backyard gardening, can be established anywhere. And for me, in particular, I'm excited to see it happen in urban areas. So say you're living in the CDC on Block X. How can I grow tomatoes in my veranda, in my balcony? You know, one day tomato might be all done in the supermarket, but I have a little tomato plant, a little cucumber plant. I can make a salad, which is healthier eating. And we really want to open the minds of our people that you don't need too much to be able to feed yourself.
She believes that with more people growing food and exploring new farming methods, St. Lucia can move closer to producing more of what it eats and building a stronger, more self-sufficient food system. For Hot 7 TV News, I am Ethne Brown reporting.
Shifting focus to the track, Sports Minister Kenson Casimir is defending his decision not to pressure Olympic medalist Julian Alfred into competing at the 2026 Commonwealth Games, saying overriding the advice of her technical team would have placed her career at risk. Casimir says the decision reflects the need to respect Alfred's well-being and the guidance of those managing her career, stressing that representing St. Lucia internationally should not come at the expense of her long-term health and performance.
Julian Alfred's absence from the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow has sparked a public disagreement over expectations, communication, and who ultimately decides when an athlete should compete. The St. Lucia Olympic Committee publicly expressed disappointment on July 16th, describing the explanation from Alfred's management as rather unfortunate. Weeks later, Minister of Sports Kenson Casimir addressed the controversy, saying that although he wanted to see Alfred represent St. Lucia, he was unwilling to use his position to influence a decision involving her health and professional future.
From my communication with the team, she was slated to have participated at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, and they did decide as a team that it may not be in her best interest for her to participate.
Casimir said he shared the public's hope of seeing Olympic medalist Julian Alfred compete, including in the 100 and 200 meters, but stressed that national expectations could not override Alfred's own decision or the judgment of the professionals guiding her career.
As a former athlete, I am very wary, and now minister, I'm very wary of stepping in as a minister and, for lack of a better way of phrasing it, forcing an athlete to participate at an event that the entire technical team around her has advised her not to participate. Because here's what, I was in Glasgow. The place was cold. It was late July and it was cold. It would have been remiss of me as a minister to place a call to Julian Alfred and say, Julian Alfred, I believe you should be participating at Commonwealth Games. And as a matter of fact, I will insist that you gives due consideration and reconsider and participate only for Julian Alfred to have suffered an injury in Glasgow.
Casimir noted the Olympic Committee's responsibility is to field St. Lucia's strongest possible team at major international competitions, making its desire to have Alfred completely understandable. However, he also raised concerns about a possible communication gap, questioning whether her management informed the committee early enough that she would be unavailable for the Games.
The decision was taken by the individuals in consultation with her. Whether or not it was communicated in a timely fashion to the Olympic Committee is obviously up for discussion. But you have to understand the Olympic Committee's mandate. It is to actually put out St. Lucia's best athletes to the rest of the world. So their position is not incorrect. We need Julian Alfred to be representing St. Lucia at most of the global events, and that is what they will endeavor to do, put the best athletes out of representing the country. That is their mandate. And so it's an ongoing conversation.
The circumstances surrounding Alfred's decision remain unclear, with no new response from her or her management to the minister's concerns, and no confirmation of any specific injury or medical risk at the time. Casimir says the matter remains under discussion, but the established process for selecting St. Lucia's representatives will be followed. Despite the controversy, he remains confident Alfred will continue representing the country at major international competitions. I'm Christabel Obi reporting for Hot 7 TV News.
We turn now to developments in the Anne Scotia boat tragedy. Sufa resident Lester Jean, known as Sawyer, has been charged with trespassing and grievous harm following an alleged confrontation aboard an American-owned yacht after the deadly Anne Scotia boat collision. Jean reportedly sought help after surviving the crash, but a confrontation later occurred, leaving him injured and the yacht owner seriously hurt as police continue investigating.
Soufrière resident Lester Jean, known as Sawyer, has been charged with trespassing and grievous harm following an alleged confrontation with the owner of an American yacht. Jean was arrested on August 7th after reportedly seeking help on the vessel with other survivors of the deadly and Scotian boat collision. Reports indicate the yacht owner allegedly believed the survivors were attempting to rob the vessel, leading to a confrontation in which Jean was then allegedly stabbed before the yacht owner was seriously injured. The exact sequence of events remain unclear, and police have not released further details about what happened aboard the yacht. The July 18th collision claimed 4 lives, injured 14 people, and left both vessels badly damaged, with wreckage later recovered by police. Those seriously injured were transferred from Soufrière Hospital to the Owen King EU and the Tapion Hospital for further treatment. Jean has now been brought before the court as investigations continue into both the yacht incident and the deadly collision. Authorities are still working to piece together what happened during the chaotic moments after survivors reached the yacht, while the circumstances surrounding the collision itself remain under investigation. I'm Christabel Obi reporting for Hot 7 TV News.
Before our final block of stories, it's time for one more round of the Hot 7 TV News quiz break.
What is the world's largest desert?
Our final stories tonight highlight St. Lucians making a difference in sports, in schools, and in our communities. You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We'll be right back.
Mr. Banks! Save me!
Different dish, another money problem to solve. I'm on my way.
Oh, you're here. My boyfriend and I broke up, and I needed a little retail therapy as emotional support.
Honey, retail therapy is not the kind you need right now. Trust me. Alan and I broke up, and these red bottoms will make me feel so much better. Isn't that what you wrote?
Don't judge.
No, I'm not judging. I'm just wondering why your BOSL Visa credit card has to suffer in the process as well.
So what do I do?
Well, I'm no Dr. Phil, but I do know that your BOSL credit card is supposed to help you live better. Use it every time, anywhere. You know, groceries, bills, fuel, lunch, and not every time your phone whispers, sale.
Okay, so no more impulse buy.
Correct. And you have up to 30 days interest-free. Then clear it and even earn Visa rewards.
So I can still shop for the things I like?
Oh boy. Yes, but don't shop like you're in a race to be shopaholic of the year, okay?
Okay. Dear Diary, today I paused, used my BOSL Visa credit card the smart way, and even earned rewards.
Another money problem solved. I love this job.
When smart banking advice is needed, Mr. Banks answers the call. Mr. Banks!
St. Lucia, are you ready? The Kings are back. This August, come experience the excitement of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League cricket as the St. Lucia Kings light up the Darren Sammy cricket ground. Join us on August 12th, 14th, 16th, 19th and 21st from 7 p.m. Come for the cricket, come for the entertainment, come for the music, the vibes, the food and the unforgettable atmosphere. Bring your friends, bring your family, and wear your King's colors with pride as we defend our home turf. St. Lucia Kings, one nation, one pride. Get your tickets now and be part of the action at the Darren Sammy cricket ground.
Enjoy.
Wait, hold on. Where the real food? No mac and cheese, no stew backs.
It's there. Just balanced.
Daddy, that's your carbs, your veg, and your protein.
You said you want to live a long time, right?
Yeah, but not like a rabbit.
We're not cutting on your belly. We're fixing it. Let's Grace. More good day.
Them buddies have a real vibe, eh?
Daddy, healthy is good too, you know.
My plate, a healthy plate. Eat good, feel good, live good.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Nutrition in collaboration with the Caribbean Development Bank and the Inter-American Development Bank.
Antarctic Desert, covering about 5.5 million square miles, 14.2 million square kilometers. Though covered in ice, it is a true desert because it gets very little rain or snow each year.
The third segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Welcome back. Two young swimmers from the Rodney Heights Aquatic Club are set to represent St. Lucia for the first time at the Goodwill Championships in Trinidad and Tobago. Their selection marks an important milestone in their developing swimming careers and follows nearly a year of changes to the club's competitive training program, aimed at strengthening the preparation and performance of its young athletes.
A tougher training program at the Rodney Heights Aquatic Center is beginning to pay off, with two of the club's youngest competitive swimmers earning spots on St. Lucia's national team for their first regional championship. General Manager and Head Coach Bradford Worrell says the swimmer's selection reflects the progress made since he returned to St. Lucia after spending 11 years in the United States, helping his brother develop a swimming school. Under his guidance, athletes who once trained 2 or 3 times a week have gradually increased to as many as 6 sessions, with greater focus on fitness, technique, confidence, and race performance.
For me, it's extremely encouraging because, we're beginning to see the results of changes that we've been making since I took over the team since mid-August last year. I've spent the last 11 years in the States helping my brother build a swim school there. And since I returned in the capacity as general manager and head coach. And, at the time that I returned, our competitive swimmers were generally training 2 to 3 times a week. And coming back from competitive swimming background myself, I knew that we wanted our swimmers to become competitive nationally and regionally. And so we needed a gradual increase both in the consistency and the quality of their training.
The demanding schedule has also pushed the young swimmers to find the right balance between school, training, nutrition, and recovery. With the Goodwill Championships approaching, their preparation has included physical conditioning, race strategy, and mental preparation as they get ready for their first appearance in national colors.
In the pool, we focus heavily on their technique and their conditioning, their race preparation, and building their confidence. And I'd say one of the biggest things we're trying to teach them is that becoming a better swimmer isn't simply about doing more practices. What we do during those hours in the pool is important, but so is what happens outside of the pool, how they eat, how they sleep, and how they recover, and how we manage the schoolwork and the habits.
Rodney Heights Aquatic Club is also expanding its athlete development program with plans for academic support, study sessions, strength and conditioning, better nutrition, and improved recovery. The aim is to help young swimmers develop both in the pool and beyond it, with discipline and education forming part of their journey. The Goodwill Championships run from Friday, August 14th to Sunday, August 16th, with the 2 Rodney Heights swimmers expected to compete through Saturday afternoon. Supporters can follow the action at a public watch party and fundraiser hosted in partnership with Kibi's Restaurant and Sports Bar, beginning at 6 p.m. Friday and continuing from noon to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday as Team St. Lucia takes on the region. I'm Christabel Obi reporting for Hot 7 TV News.
With the new school term approaching, Cox & Company Limited is expanding its back-to-school assistance program as part of its 100th anniversary celebrations. The initiative now covers employees with younger children, extending financial support to more families preparing for the new academic year.
For several years, Cox & Company has provided monetary assistance to employees whose children attend secondary and tertiary institutions. The contribution helps families purchase essential school supplies ahead of the new academic year. But during the company's centennial year, that support is reaching a wider group. Employees with younger children have now been included, allowing more households to benefit. Human Resources Administrator Martina Polion explains why the company decided to widen the program during its centennial year.
This program started in 2017, and from 2017 to date, we have expensed over $125,000, and this year in particular, 29 students received support out of the program.
This initiative forms part of the company's broader employee welfare program. Cox & Company says the expansion reflects its belief that supporting employees should extend beyond the workplace. The company also expects the assistance to ease some of the financial pressure associated with back-to-school preparations.
We do expect that the assistance provided will go a long way in the support that's provided to the parents. And from the feedback received from them as well, it has certainly alleviated the weight of expenses for school in general.
Cox & Company says its employees have been central to its success over the past century, and the back-to-school program is one way of recognizing their contribution while supporting their families.
Cox & Company is a family-run business, and we maintain a family and community-focused culture. In our 100th year, it made sense to us to increase our support through the infant and kindergarten and primary students to assist more parents within our company. At Cox & Company, employees are very important to us, and employee welfare and family support is an ongoing commitment, and that will certainly remain our focus.
This initiative complements the company's wider employee wellness efforts as it marks 100 years in operation. Cox & Company says it remains focused on building a legacy that celebrates both its business achievements and the people behind its growth. I'm Christabel Obi reporting for Hot 7 TV News.
And finally tonight, it's all about the kids. Families are set to converge at the National Cultural Center on Sunday, August 16th for the inaugural Kids Summer Fest. The event will bring together children and parents for a day of entertainment and activities, while also creating space for important conversations on bullying, child safety, empowerment, and inclusion. Organizers say the festival is intended to combine fun with education, giving children a safe environment to connect, participate, and learn.
Children ages 3 to 16 will take center stage at Sunday's inaugural Kids Summer Fest. But owner of Azari Party Rentals, Trisha Alcindor, says the event is designed for the entire family. Parents, grandparents, siblings, and relatives are being encouraged to join the fun and reconnect before the new school year. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., families can enjoy traditional and interactive games, creating an opportunity to compete, win prizes, and share childhood favorites with the younger generation.
Kids Summer Fest is an event, concert, family fun day for children between the ages of 3 to 16, but it's not just for kids, it's also for the entire family, meaning parents, cousins, grandmothers, fathers, everybody that is involved in a child's life, and it's an event with a purpose. On that day, what you can expect is to come out and have fun through a lot of entertainment and activities such as bounce houses, trampolines, we have inflatable twister, inflatable gladiator, we have basketball arcade, air hockey tables, we have foosball tables. That's just to name some of the activities that are available for kids, for parents, to ensure that they too are part of the fun and they too are there to help bond and, make further memories with their families.
Alcindor says Kids Summer Fest is intended to deliver more than entertainment. Messages about bullying awareness, child safety, empowerment, and healthy family environments will be incorporated through dance, poetry, skits, and other performances. The approach is intended to introduce serious subjects in a format children can understand and enjoy.
In as much as we want for families to come out and bond more, have more fun with their family, especially before school starts. We also bring in this event across with messages such as bullying awareness, creating positive family environments, child safety and empowerment. We feel that these are areas in our society, in our schools, in our homes that is currently being impacted. That we wanted to create a day that brings across messages, but also doing so in a fun way through dances, plays, skits, and having all entertainment available as well.
Inclusion will also form a central part of the event. A dedicated space is expected to provide additional support for children with physical and developmental disabilities and their families.
This area is being headed by the Ministry of Home Affairs and Persons with Disabilities. They are coming on as a partner to champion this area for, like I said, for families and kids who may have or have both mental and physical disabilities, to provide support, to also make them feel and know that they belong and they are included, just as everybody else should be included as well. We felt that we wanted to see more of that in our environment.
Organizers say Kids Summer Fest is about fun with impact, bringing families together while encouraging greater awareness of how words and actions affect others. The inaugural event is expected to become an annual fixture, with plans for broader participation and stronger messages in the future. For more information, contact the organizers at 484-7999 or visit the event's Facebook and Instagram pages. I'm Christabel Obi reporting for Hot 7 TV News.
That wraps up our stories for tonight, but before you go, let's find out what the weather has in store.
The third segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world.
Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world with products for shade, shelter, and security. Rolling shutters, accordion shutters, roll-up steel doors, residential garage doors, storm panels, PVC cladding, blinds and roller shades, retractable awnings, fixed frame awnings, vertical drops, outdoor roller shades, canopy covers, gazebo covers, tent covers, pool covers, van tops and truck covers, carports, marine products, chair covers and upholstery, commercial umbrellas, banners and signage by Artwork, steel spiral and floating stairs, burglar bars, steel framed furniture, stainless steel cable railing, glass railing, aluminum louvered shade, aluminum fencing, aluminum railings, aluminum gates, estate gate motors, scissors gates, face recognition system, Caribbean Awning.
Log on to CaribbeanAwning.com.
Looking for the best way to advertise? Stop searching. Hot 7 TV gives you more reach, more impact, and more value. Get your business in front of the right audience and watch your sales soar. Don't miss out. Call 452-6040 today and take advantage of our exclusive advertising packages. Hot 7 TV, smart advertising for smart businesses.
And now for the weather report.
Present weather at General Airport is cloudy. Present weather at JFL Charles Airport is also cloudy. Present temperature at General Airport is 29 degrees Celsius or 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind at General Airport is blowing from the east at 14 miles per hour or 22 kilometers per hour. Rainfall in the 24-hour period that ended at 8 a.m. today. At General Airport, nil. At JFL Charles Airport, 6.5 millimeters. Sunset today was at 6:27 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow is at 5:50 a.m. Forecast for St. Lucia valid for the next 24 hours. Winds will be blowing from the east near 18 miles per hour or 30 kilometers per hour with occasional gusts. Weather: partly cloudy skies becoming cloudy at times with a few showers. Marine forecast for seas in a 25-mile or 40-kilometer radius from St. Lucia. Tides for Castries Harbour, high at 4:02 p.m., low at 8:57 p.m. Tides for Beaufort Bay, high at 5:09 p.m., low at 10:27 p.m. Seas: moderate to locally rough with waves and northeasterly to easterly swells 5 to 7 feet or 1.5 to 2.1 meters. Small craft operators and seabathers are advised to exercise caution due to brisk winds and locally rough seas. Tropical weather outlook: moist and unstable conditions in the wake of a tropical wave will produce a few showers over the region during the forecast period. A plume of Sahara dust haze trailing the tropical wave is expected to reduce visibility and air quality over the Lesser Antilles from tomorrow, Thursday. A tropical wave several hundred miles southeast of Cabo Verde is producing disorganized activity. Conditions are forecast to be conducive for development into a tropical depression later this week as it moves west to west and northwest across the central Atlantic. Another area of disturbance, also southeast of Cabo Verde, is producing disorganized activity. Chance of further development is low over the next several days as it moves west to west and northwest across the central Atlantic. Interests in St. Lucia and the rest of the region should closely monitor for these systems.
And with that, we come to the end of the Hot 7 TV Nightly News for today, Wednesday, August 12, 2026. Don't forget to join us tomorrow at midday for our next news major. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Daniela Edwin. Thank you for tuning in and have a good night.